Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 142. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan, where the weather has gotten cold again. Love living in the Midwest. You never know. But yes, this is my channel all about my crocheting and my knitting and basically my love for yarn and being a yarn enabler. And you can find all of that yarny goodness in my social media, which is linked down below. So any patterns that I talk about that you can get, any fancy yarns that I talk about, I will link those down below as well. So I have coffee. I also have some water. I'll put you over there, back there. Yes. Sorry for slurping that. So yeah, let's catch up. I was so sick. Let me just say, I have been sicker. For those of you who are new, my parents were missionaries when I was really little, and I contracted malaria while we were living in Africa. And that never goes away. You always have it. My last malaria reoccurrence, knock on wood, I don't get it soon, was in March of 2020. Obviously, there was a lot of other things going on at that time, so I was very stressed, and I think that's what led to all of this. But yes. So when was it? The dates and the days of the week were so blended together. For 2 weeks, I was just, yeah. I went to work on a Monday. Felt fine, went to Love Knots that night, had a great time. Tuesday, I woke up with a scratchy throat. And my manager was like, if you feel at all sick in any way, do not come to work. Do not spread that at all. I mean, everything ever since COVID, everybody's been like, if you're sick, stay home. Especially now that we have the capability of working remote. Well, most of us. Some jobs. My husband's job does not. Well, I should say one of his jobs is not able to work remote. The other one, kinda. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a sick day, rest, be better, come back the next day. Wednesday, woke up, my throat hurt worse. And I was like, yeah, I'm not coming in. I will try to cut out as much coughing as I can. No guarantees. Yeah, so Wednesday, woke up. Thursday, I woke up at like 4 and my throat just hurt so bad. So I scheduled an appointment at urgent care. Went in, they tested me for COVID, flu, strep, all of it came back negative. My throat was so swollen that the doctor was like, your throat is impressive. And I'm like, thanks, I think. And basically it was just 600 milligrams of ibuprofen every 6 hours. That's what I came home with. Yeah. The coffee went down the wrong way. And it triggered a whole bunch of other stuff. Anyway. So I'm just gonna set this down. So then Friday it started, like, it moved to my sinuses and I started getting a cough. The throat wasn't so bad. But Saturday night and Sunday night, I don't think I slept. I was coughing the whole night. Monday, I decided to work remote because there were a couple meetings that I had to be a part of, so I either Zoomed or called in. And the one meeting was with my manager, and she's like, Lori, you do not come in until you sound better, because with the coughing and everything, I had a sexy phlegm voice, as Phoebe would say. If you don't know that Friends reference, well, I'll show you. Anyway, so that was Monday. So I'd been sick for a week by that point. The next day, Tuesday, I woke up with pink eye on top of everything else that I had going on. So I called into our team meeting that day, and like, you sound a little better. I was like, yeah, but I also have pink eye. And they're like, oh no. So I went back to the urgent care on Wednesday, and they tested everything again. Everything came back negative. COVID, flu, strep throat. Then they did another swab, and they did like a full respiratory panel. So like pneumonia, RSV, everything else negative. Everything was negative. But they did give me an antibiotic. They gave me drops for my eyes, and told me Zyrtec, Sudafed, and Flonase. So I was on this whole concoction, of stuff that I had alarms like you wouldn't believe on my phone, so I could remember to take things at certain times. I finally felt better by Friday. We were off that Friday because it was Good Friday. And so I went to church, our Good Friday service. Trying not to cough through the whole thing was difficult, but I made it through. Yeah, it was. And then Saturday, I rested a bunch. No, I didn't actually. I was busy Saturday. Getting flowers and stuff ready for Easter Sunday, all of that. So, for those of you who don't know, my husband is a pastor, so Easter weekend is our busiest weekend. Getting stuff ready for church on Sunday. And then Easter Sunday, I got up and I went to church and kind of stayed back from everybody, even though I'd been on antibiotics, so I doubt I was contagious anymore. But still, like, you're coughing and just don't want to be around people when you're doing that. And then I went back to work this week, and so a week from today, this is Saturday, a week from today, May 3rd, is the 5K. So I work for a nonprofit, and I work in the fundraising department, and we help with fundraising events, one of them being our 5K. And this week we did a lot of the packet packing. We had all the t-shirts out, and we were packing packets. We ran out of t-shirts, which I don't know, like, we should have had the right amount. But anyway, we won't go there. Hopefully they have t-shirts ready for Monday, and so we can finish packing packets and be ready for packet pickup on Tuesday. Yeah, it's a week away. It's here. We just had a lot of stuff to work on and deal with. So, no rest for the weary. I've come home 2 of the nights. I came home and took a nap because I was so exhausted, so worn out. But I'm on the mend. Although right now it doesn't sound like it, but I am. I still feel like you know, I have that post-nasal drip that's just driving me insane right now. Oh, if I could get that to stop, that'd be great. Of course, they say avoid caffeine, avoid dairy, which creamer and regular coffee. Anyway, now that I've talked your ear off for 10 minutes, should we talk about some yarny goodness? I think we should. So, you've already seen all my finished objects. I had a lot to talk about last week, and I couldn't talk. So, I had 5 finished objects to show you. I will link all of those videos down below. So if you wanted to watch them, you can. So yeah, I finished a sweater. I finished a crochet lady. I finished my granny wrap. What else did I finish? Oh, I finished a little bag, a crochet bag. And then I altered another finished object and had that finished. So let's talk about what I've been working on, because I finished things, so my makes in progress are not a lot. So Carla Matrani came out with this book. This one is 2 years old. This is the second book in the series, so it's More Crochet Iconic Women. I am currently working on Hypatia of Alexandria. I have this thing about, I feel like it's disrespectful to show them like mid-make, like no hair, hardly any clothes on. So we won't be showing her until she's finished, but oh gosh, she's so cute. Yeah, so I'm working on her currently. I had just finished Hungaria, Matai, which she's so cute. And of course, all my ladies are in the cabinet right here, so. My other crochet project that I'm working on, I put in my Jolly Holiday bag. I think this is going to be like my sweater bag from now on, whatever sweaters I'm working on. So this is the Cosmic Dust cardigan. I had finished this last summer, and I hated it, so I never wore it. So, basically, my problem was with the sleeves. This is my version of it. Don't like it. So, whoop, we are connected. I took out both sleeves. So now we just got armholes. I have gone through and I actually added 5 rows to the armhole, so it's a little bit smaller now. And I added 5 rows to this side as well. So I think what I'm gonna do, I've done 2 rows of the sleeve. I'm going to actually attach and start on this side as well and work on them concurrently, so I don't forget what I did on the first sleeve and not be able to replicate it on the second sleeve. So wish me luck on that. Goodness gracious. Oh, and then here's my little progress keeper. It's a little kitten in a teacup. Ryan and I have been sending each other cat videos like crazy. Because we're really needing another cat, honestly. Yeah. Maybe blowing my nose will help with all of this problem. Okay. My last make in progress. I know, I only had 2 until I started working on that cosmic cardigan last night. It is living in my Disney cat bag. We have this cute little space kitty with a ball of yarn. In here are my Ada socks. I saw this pattern, Allie from Little Drops of Wonderful. Hi, Allie. She made these socks, and I was like, those are so cute. And I've been wanting to branch out on my sock patterns, although sometimes I'm like, I just want a vanilla sock. I don't want to think about what I'm doing. I just want to knit. So, I knit. So traditionally, I knit my socks 2 at a time, toe up. That is just how I've always done it. I say always, like I've been doing this a long time. It's only been 5 years. Whoa, though, 5 years. Wow. But this one has stretched my brain a bit because this is cuff down, and trying to get cast on cuff down 2 at a time socks. Yes, there are tutorials. I should have just started with them, but I didn't. And because I was like, oh yeah, I remember how to do that from my 2 at a time mittens. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I started these socks over. So I'm very excited about these socks though. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's show you the yarn first. So the yarn is RMR yarn on their super fino sock base. It is called Paragi or G. A friend of theirs named G wanted some socks or some yarn dyed, so that's what they did. It's in my little skein coat to keep it all safe. Contrast color is Valley Yarns Huntington red. Both are 75/25 superwash merino nylon blend. Are you ready to see these socks? Oh my gosh. Okay, so last time you saw, I was here. Yeah. And then I did the heels. I was gonna do the heel according to the pattern, and I chickened out. So I just did my traditional shadow wrap heel. I'll link the video tutorial, the YouTube tutorial down below from Denise of Earth Tones Girls. And I split the heel, so kind of like how the heel is in the actual pattern. And now I'm onto the foot. Hopefully I calculated everything correctly and my foot will fit. This is why I don't like top down. I like toe up, so I know that it fits me. But according to my calculations, I just have 2 more repeats of this pattern and then the toe. So, as you can see down here, I started doing the pattern all the way around, and then I was like, oh wait, I don't want to be walking on that. So, but look at this yarn. Yax and Rue just do lovely colors. It's so pretty. So yeah. I don't know when those will be done. Hopefully this week I can get those finished. So yeah, those are my makes in progress. Let's get a sip. And let's talk things that I'm going to start. Yes. I have a whole long list here. Actually, it's only 3 things, so nothing big. But the first one I want to talk about is, I've been dying to try this. So, I don't know if you follow Pacific Knit Co. I highly recommend you follow her on Instagram. She has come out with these doodle packs. So basically it's color work patterns. So if you want to make something that looks like a flower or Christmassy or whatever, She's come out with these packs that so you can make a cowl or a sweater or a scarf or a cup cozy that fits your style. She has a dino pack. She has several Christmas packs. She has a Bridgerton pack if you're into that. What else? She came out with a cat one. She came out with a dog one. I mean, they're just amazing. So, but the one that I've been dying to try is the travel pack. So I'll put it up here. Picture of what it looks like. Yeah, and guess which one I'm going to be doing? Yes, I'm going to be doing the cruise ship. So living in my Chicago yarn crawl from 2023, because I didn't go on 2024. I don't remember why. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to be doing, there's a wave pattern, there's obviously the cruise ship, and then I was thinking about maybe doing the airplane, but then when I put everything together, because she has like a little chart at the front of the pack, especially if you order the digital version, you get a little chart so you can chart out what your pattern will look like. And I just decided to skip that, and I'm gonna have a sunrise at the top. Hopefully that all works out. So yeah, I'm basically like wanting to work on my color work. I'm not very good at it right now. My floats are horrible. And I forget who said something, but there was somebody commented in one of my videos about doing color work inside out. So I found a couple tutorials and I'm going to try it out. But the yarn that I'm going to use, this lovely, it is Barocco Lannis Light. It is a sport weight. Let's see. It is 100% wool. It's a special blend of South American wool made in Peru. It is a sport weight, and the colorway is 78132. I will put the name of, because I can't remember it off the top of my head, I will put the name of the color on the screen. And then the colors that I'm going to mix with it are in Make Some Joy Today bag. This again is Barocco Lannis Light. It's a mini color pack. You come with all these colors. So, obviously my cruise ship is going to be purple. The sunrise, I think I'm going to use this color. But yeah, so I have those. Oh, the ball band is falling off of that one. Come on. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. So I have all these and this. I think it'll make a pretty cute cowl. And then Ryan and I have of course we have a cruise book. We actually have 2 cruises booked. But we're gonna go on an Alaskan cruise. And so I figured this would be perfect to be wearing on the Alaskan cruise. Something to keep me nice and warm, and it's cruise. But we're not going until October. I know, I'm like, are we sure we want to be going that late in the season? We are actually going on the last cruise of the season. Hence, it was very cheap. Plane ticket, not so much. But anyway. Gonna cough? I don't think so. Okay, so I'm going to be finishing up my socks soon, so I need to have another pair of socks, right? I always need a pair of socks going. So New Year's weekend, went to go see my friends. She's my best friend. She's also my Disney cruise vacation planner. But while we were sitting there, her daughter came in, and someone who knits socks, I noticed these things, and her socks were so cute. I'll put a picture up here. And I kept looking at them, and I was like, Ruby, can I take a picture? She's like, no problem. And I was like, I'm going to try to make those. So they're just a slouchy sock, and just the way it's constructed, and when she slouched them, it looked like she had 3 different pairs of socks, which we used to do back in the day. It was just one pair of socks, and the way it was constructed, I was just like, that is very cool, very cool. So I'm going to make my own version of this. Try. I will have it in my twice sheared black sheep bag. I love this bag. Hannah, thanks for sending this one to me. I actually won this in one of Hannah from the Cozy Cottage, one of her make-alongs. I won this. I also have my yarn chicken champion, which I think I should put that on my cruise cowl, because those balls of yarn, I hope I have enough. Yeah. So the main color of these socks that I want to do is a very bright color. I actually got this from my yarn advent swap buddy. I think this is from Jen. I want to say it was from Jen. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies. So yeah, it is Knit Picks Stroll Fingering, and this is in the colorway Gumball. So you have these lovely blue, green, pink, orange, yellow. I wonder if this is self-striping. It doesn't say. It just says hand painted, so I'm guessing not. For the heels and toes, I'm going to use this blue. This is Langjia wool. I bought this a long time ago, so this has been in my stash. Yeah, so this will be the heels and the toes. And then for the slouchy bits, I'm going to use these 3 colors. So when I get to a slouchy bit, I'll just do, and I don't think I'm going to do them matching. I think I'm just going to grab one and go. So this is actually Valley Yarns Huntington in the colorway, I think it's like spring green. It was in my stash, and then I got these when I was at YarnCon from Leading Men Fiber Arts. This is the colorway Papaya, and this is the colorway Sunny Side Up. And so yeah, I'm very excited about these socks. Very excited about these socks. Ready to start them, and then I can't wait to show Ruby, and we can have matching socks. I was gonna say, could I give them to her? I don't know if I could give them to her. I've made her socks before, crocheted socks. But yeah, so those are 2 knitting things that I'm gonna start soon. I do need to have crochet. I was looking at my list at my queue, and really the most crochet, I have more knitting patterns in my queue, which I'm like, what? Crochet is my first love, honestly. But a lot of my crochet is the Iconic Women. I definitely want to get through that book this year. So I was looking through, and I was like, okay, I have some yarn. I need to get a crochet project going. So in my Starry Night bag that my friend Nicole made for me, it's going to be, it's called In the Garden Shawl. And then I have this cute little kitty holding a granny circle. So yeah, In the Garden. If you've grown up in the church, you may know the song. And we were actually talking about it this week at work. So yeah, it was just, when I saw that, I was like, oh, I need to use that. Okay, let me show you the main color. Yeah, I have there's a lot of yarn in here. So there's going to be a lot of yarn winding in my future. So the main color is this. This is from a yarn dyer who no longer dyes yarn. I'm so sad because I loved Sarah's stuff. I actually met her a couple times at Stitches Midwest, which is no longer a thing. I think today is a Midwest Fiber Fest down in St. Louis. It's like, wish I'd known about that sooner. I would have gone. But her company was the Superfine Yarn Co. She's out of Cleveland. This is on her Entice sock base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 100 grams, 400 yards. And this is the color Earth Angel, which looks like the earth, doesn't it? Like, I love this color. I bought this yarn to do a shawl pattern, like to do a design. And my brain is just not, like, I've done a few designs. Have I written them up? No. Do I want to write them up? No, I have no desire to write them up. And I've had people ask, like, hey, I'll test your patterns for you. Okay, thanks, but this is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Like, do I want to continue designing stuff? Yes, I do. But at the same time, I don't want to write it up. So this is actually going to be my Beatrix Potter design, because I always name it after something after a woman that inspires me, and Beatrix Potter definitely inspires me. So this is still a Beatrix Potter-esque shawl. I'm just not designing the pattern. The contrast color I bought is this beautiful blue. That's Cascade Heritage. Colorway is 5615. Again, I will put that on the screen. And I wanted to do something special. I had gotten this, I think, from Jill. She had sent me some mohair. It is, I don't even know if you can get this yarn anymore. So yeah, this would be a discontinued yarn shawl. It's Classic Elite yarns in their Giselle base, which is 74% kid mohair, 25% wool, 11% nylon. Do we have a colorway? 40193. So I figure I'm gonna hold this double for the border of the shawl. And looking at the shawl, it's definitely a very unique construction, so I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, so that'll be my Beatrix Potter-esque shawl. And I feel like this has been in my stash for so long, it's all matted together. Not matted, I should say. It's felted together, so I don't know if I could even use this. Yeah, I could. I can separate it. It'll just be difficult. I may just use this one more. And then this. Okay, so is that everything? I think that's everything. And imagine if I had 5 finished objects to add to this. That would be even longer. And last week my voice wouldn't have held out for this whole thing. So with that, I'm going to go. I will see you when I see you, because you never know. Hopefully within 2 weeks. God bless. Bye.